Missouri, Georgia, those are
Yeah.
two teams, Eastern teams. Dean, have you got an Eastern? Eastern
Guys,
West more.
Y'all going to laugh at me, and I'm just saying there's a chance. I'm going to name them two, and I'm going to give you all the reasons why. This won't take but 5 minutes.
Here's Hardcastle.
I've got Tennessee and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me give my reasons. All right. First of all, Tennessee, because of their quarterback. I think this guy's special.
Money.
Their defense has improved vastly. I think Heupel's a good coach and recruiter. They've got Squirrel White and Brew McCoy. Their receivers back. And again, now, if it wasn't for the 12 teams, but maybe I think their schedule's awful, but they can lose 3 games and get in this top 12.
They could finish 10 or 11.
I've seen a worse schedule. I've seen Tennessee play a worse schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who they've. I've got it on the. All right, they've got NC State at Oklahoma. I don't know.
I just don't think at Oklahoma is as hard as maybe a Texas or.
And they play Alabama at home. They play at Georgia. I mean, they could lose easily 3 games, but if you lose to Alabama, Georgia, and Kentucky, you still may. I mean, Alabama, Georgia, and Oklahoma, you still may be in the top 12.
Mm-hmm.
You might be,
unless you just get blowed out. But and they got a good running back.
They got Ole Miss or Mississippi State or
no
Florida.
Ole Miss.
Well, they don't have to play Florida. I know
they'll play.
They got
Florida,
Mississippi State, Vanderbilt.
They do have Florida, Arkansas, Kentucky. That's not going to ever change.
Mm-hmm.
And Vandy, of course.
Mm-hmm. Who's their outside?
Outside's NC State. Who's not bad.
Yeah, they had them ranked in the top 20.
They've got 2 gimmies, Chattanooga and Kent State. And UTEP. Well, I don't know. Is UTEP's a gimme, isn't it? Or is it?
I would say
it should be for a prominent SEC school, yes. Now, it may not be for Vanderbilt or Mississippi State this year.
Well, Matt asked me to come up with somebody, and I didn't want to do the same ones y'all did. So I came up with them highly unlikely, but possible. But Notre Dame.
They like Coach Freeman's, he's cooking up there.
He's got a lot of talent coming back, especially on defense. A lot of guys come back and stayed. They've got Riley Leonard from Duke.
Quarterback.
They've got 3 good receivers back. And, guys, the number one reason is their schedule's terrible in a good way.
Okay, who are they cooking with?
USC and Texas A&M are by far their 2 toughest games. They do play Louisville now. They play Louisville, but A&M. Now, guys, I'm sorry I'm pretty happy if A&M and USC are my 2 hardest games. Would you not be?
Yeah.
They do have Florida State sprinkled in there, but jury's out on what they'll
be. Florida State just lost so much. I mean, what they lose? 20 starters?
Well, Michigan, everybody left. Yeah. Georgia scared them off, man.
19? I mean,
Kirby come up there barking. They all tuck tail run.
That was my 2. Tennessee and Notre Dame. Very unlikely, but possible.
I think they're on the power rankings. I think they're both at projected 9.5, 9.5.
Okay. So it's not a ridiculous
8.
assumption.
5, no. Okay. I think Freeman's done a job. Now, the curious thing is, and we won't do it now because we got more months to do, and we'll dig into it, about this 12-team playoff and how me and Bird's already done it last year. We already know how it's going to work out. But because they're independent birds, rule-wise, there's going to be a non-power 5 team at 12, and we had determined last year that Tulane would have been that team. They would have played number 5. Who was 5 last year? Florida State. So Florida, or was it Georgia? Was 5.
They just finished 5 and 6.
They changed it to a 5 and 7 format, right? I think they just voted on that, correct?
Yeah. So all your conference champions be a bye first week.
Right.
No, just the top 4, correct?
Yes, which will be SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, because there's not a Pac-12.
Yeah.
So those conference champs will be bye. So with Notre Dame, if they, I'm just saying, worst case scenario, they lose those 3. and they wind up with 9-3.
No,
if they finish 12, would they play a 5? 5 will play 12, 6 plays 11.
I don't think with their schedule this year that they can't go 9-3. I think Tennessee can. If Notre Dame goes 9-3, they're done. Mm-hmm. They might ought to go 11-1.
Yeah, straight to schedule.
10-2. They'll have to go 10-2 to get in this.
I think the NBC, the money that they have, I think 10-2 will put them in a number 10.
But now Tennessee, I think, can go 9-3.
I agree.
And get in.
They could be 11.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about Nico. I really like him. And Heupel returning home.
I think he's good.
He was a Heisman, candidate there. Oklahoma played there. I know he looks like Bobby Hill. That's okay. Dad.
I know.
I think they like playing for him. He's got good receivers now. Yeah. Those 2 wideouts are good. One of them's from Clay Chalkville over here in Alabama, and one of them used to play at USC. That Brew McCoy, he was hurt all year. And Squirrel White's excellent.
Electric.
And
he gets hot, gets his hand moving around, bro. He can do it.
And the main thing is just this defense now. They say they're really improved. I thought they were a lot better last year.
They got some sign on big time edge rushers, and I've seen a lot of that 24/7 thing, Birds, that we looked at. A lot of edge rushers out of high school. So those are some Georgia, Missouri, Tennessee, Notre Dame.